Alright guys, so welcome to today's video. In today's video we will create our next Magu move right here. And in today's episode we are going to create that, I don't know how it's called in English, but I think in Japanese it is called something like Yusei Kazan. So it is an attack in which the player just fires some magma fists into the air and they just drop down, alright? So that's just all about this move right here, okay? And we have already created all of the meshes we will need for today. So we have those particles right here, which we will of course use. Apart from that, we also have the fists. So I have made a video about year 5 attacks, alright? And I have created a fist right there. And we are going to use those fists for our video now. So let me just quickly try to import them. Yeah, this probably this one. Yeah, it is. Let's take this. There we go. What we need to do is that we have to get rid of those parts right here. We have to add some particles to this one, and we also have to readjust the color of this one and the material. So let's put this to cobblestone right here. Nah. So since no, okay. Yeah, it does load. So I thought that because this thing right here being a mesh, it won't, you know, just apply some material on it, but it does. Okay, let's see. I think that we have to use cobblestone for this one, sadly. I was curious, so we have a magma terrain, okay? Am I not able to just use that terrain's texture and apply it onto this fist right here? So I was really curious about this one. I haven't tested it out yet, so I don't know about it. So let's reduce the size of those particles, because they're big right here. Okay, looks sick. Let's use this one. Let me actually increase the... increase the transparency of this one, because it is too dominant, you know, so should be increasing transparency of this right here. Okay, so I think that this is okay now. So it looks pretty okay, so let's call this one Magu Fist, and let's move it inside of our replicated storage right here. Now, let me re-import my Magu Fist model. So we will be needing this one as well. I'm gonna create one tool for each attack we are now going to do. So that's the reason why I'm re-importing this one. Okay, so you should re-import this one as well if you want to recreate everything. If not, then check out the Discord server, because we have the link to the model inside of there, alright? So let's go inside of this client script and let's start with the creation of this attack right here. Script parent activated. Okay, then never mind what I've said earlier. Let's actually create a tool for each attack. Let's call this one Magu Rain. And what we want to do is that we want to copy this client script right here and paste it inside of... Wait, let's copy this whole thing. Let's put it inside of here. So I've already explained what those lines right here are about. If you do not know, then go ahead and check out my previous video about the Magu Fist, alright? Then you get to know. So let's go inside of here. And yeah, so we will need this as well. So this is about Bezier curves. If you do not know what this is about, then go ahead and check out Red Play's video about it. So he spelled like red, REDPLYS. All right. So let's we'll deal with this later. So what happens right here, or what you have to do is first of all disable requires handle of this tool. What happens right here is that we have a cooldown variable, alright, and script.parent refers to this tool, alright. So script is this one, .parent is the tool. .activated basically describes the case when you have performed the left mouse button while having this tool right here equipped. Now, every time when you perform this activated thing, you're checking whether cooldown equals false. And if this is the case, then it is immediately set to true, which leads this case right here to be unfulfilled later on when we click on it once again. While the script processing all of these, then we fire server this remote event, which will lead to the creation of the attack. Then we have a wait time of 2 seconds, which is basically our cooldown. So you can increase this or decrease this to adjust your cooldown time. And after those amount of seconds, this cooldown variable right here is set to false, which leads to this if statement right here to be fulfilled again. Now, what is or how does this cooldown now work? So I've just described you what all of these signal things do. So when this is true, this becomes unfulfilled, and while processing all of these and even waiting 2 seconds right here, so within those 2 seconds, when you try to activate the tool once again, as I've already told you, this is unfulfilled, means all of these will not happen. That's basically where the cooldown happens, alright? Now let's get inside of here, because when we fire this remote event, this script right here is reacting to it. And as I've told you, this is all about Bezier curves. So I'm still new to this myself. I've just tried to implement it the way I need it. But I don't really understand it myself as well. I only know that there is some kind of calculation and that we need our 3 positions right here, basically the starting point, the middle, and the goal. And T is some kind of time entity, let's say. No, it's some kind of time unit, not entity. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm still new to this myself, so this right here happens when this remote event is being fire servered, alright? So what is supposed to happen? We receive the player who has fire servered, and we are referring to the player's character via C. We are making the player unable to walk and to jump. And right here, we are setting the transparency of the player's arm parts to 1, means they become transparent, and we create all of those particles. No, we clone all of those particles inside of those arms. So what we could do right here is that we could expand this to the left arm as well, because as for now this only applies to the right arm. So left upper arm, left lower arm, and left hand. Alright, now we have both arms affected right here. So then an animation is being played, that's fine. And then we have to totally change up all of these, I think. But we'll deal with this later, so... Now, we'll deal with this now. Now, let's actually create an animation first. So, let's go inside of here. And where is it? Create new. So, what we want to do is that we just want to put our arms up like this. This is basically it, alright. Make sure that it is looped. Now, actually, do not make it looped. Just copy this frame right here and put it somewhere right here. Now, put it actually right here. Come on. Cut. Cut. Now it takes 1 second. Alright, that's fine. Alright, so just make sure that the priority is set to movement. Now go ahead and export this one to publish to Roblox. Submit. Copy the ID. Then go ahead, go down here and put the animation ID inside of here, alright? So, wait, is this the correct one? Yeah, it is. Now, what? Oh my god, come on. So, right here, we are playing the animation, which is fine. And then down here, we actually have to create all of those fists. Create a star, goal, and middle point for each of them. This is where things are starting to get complicated. Yeah, let's delete this as for now, because this is just confusing. So let me explain all of these right here at the end. So you have to imagine that this part right here, okay, it is totally dedicated to the attack, means to the creation of the attack, to you making it move a certain way, you know. So this whole part right here, this part down here, it is dedicated to clear up everything later on. So as you know, we have made our player unable to move up here. We have copied those particles inside of each arm, and right here you're basically just looping through the character again, and this time making both arms reappear and destroy all of the particles inside of there. Down here we are just giving back the walk speed and the jump power. Alright, so what we have to deal with now is this part. Okay, so this is actually fun. What we have to do now is that we have to set up a loop. Okay, so I'm gonna be leaving all of these down here just for now, but we'll of course delete them later on. So a loop which loops for which loops a random amount right here. So I don't know yet, let's pick something around 20 and 40. All right, so it loops from 1 to either or something in between 20 or 40, you know. Each time we want to wait first of all, and apart from that we want to clone this fist right here. So let's refer to the replicated storage, to this Magu fist right here. Let's clone it. So we are referring to this one right here. Okay, now what we want to do, so make sure that this is first of all that this is anchored. Where is it? Come on, anchored. Here we go. This one, right. Make sure that can collide is false for this one. All right, and make sure that it is anchored, as I've already told you. Now we want to adjust the C frame, so we want to give a random C frame as for now. Okay, so what we want to do is that we want to set these. Ah, come on, just do it. Oh my god. Incredible how Roblox just... Look. What was the difference now? What did I do wrong earlier? Doesn't even make sense. Doesn't even make sense, I swear to God. Doesn't even make sense. Yeah. So where are those fists? Where are they? You forgot to parent them to the workspace. Come on. So X parent workspace. Alright. So As you can see, those are all of our fists right here. And we have to rework them. Put a minus right here. And delete this minus right here. And increase this. And we now even have to add a C-frame angles to it because the angle wasn't correct at all. So math rat 90 degrees. Let's see what happens when we try to rotate this by 90 degrees on the y-axis. Then looks like. Okay, then looks like this. Okay. Still have to rotate this up a little. We should increase this definitely. Maybe we should even randomize this, you know, so from 10 to 20. There we go. There we go. So let's use 45 because. Alright. So this is something we can definitely work with. Okay. So what we have to do now, it's hard pass. Let's take this. Get rid of those angles right here. So the reason why we are separating this is because since this position right here is randomized, you cannot really, you know, define it like this because this is static, all right? So this value right here, minus 10, is always there, but this, for example, changes, this, for example, changes. Therefore, we should define a variable which takes all of these randomized ones, then, you know, so that we can work with. So set a goal right here. This goal is going to be our start position. Wait. Now wait, let's call this one start C-frame. This one start C-frame as well. This one as well. C-frame new. Minus 60. Local middle. So then going to be something. Okay, so there are several ways to find out what the middle is. So let's try to use this method right here. Start C-frame x plus goal x start C-frame y plus goal y start C-frame z plus goal z. Divide this by 2. So I would like to print out all of these first of all, just to see if they're correct. Wait. Okay, let's see how this looks like now. Yeah, didn't work as expected. Okay, then we have to do it this way, look. And we probably have to divide it inside of here. Alright, let's see. Ah, string with C frame. Hmm. Before we actually let's change this to 2 maybe so that we can really see what those C frames are about. So, nah, well, I don't know. I don't know if this is really that correct. Hmm. Yeah. So, we maybe should use position instead of the C frame. Maybe that will work. Let's actually try to fire this. Let's see how it looks like then. So what we want to do right here then is that we want to take this right here. I'm going to put it right here. Always add position behind of here because those are only C frames. Let's take this then. Now let's take this and do vector.new 0 math random 0, and let's add, where is it? Let's add those angles behind of here. Let's see what happens then. Uh, yeah. Oh my god, come on. Look, the mechanism behind of it actually worked, alright, but it was laggy. And do you know why? Because we were always readjusting the C-frame triangles, alright? That's the problem. So we are not supposed to readjust it, but if we do not readjust it, then it will not fit into the scheme of having a magma fist. So the only solution I see to this problem is that we get rid of the fist, or of the idea of a fist, and we just make this fist just transparent, alright? But this also means that we have to increase the size of the particles again, otherwise... Now let's actually keep it this way, because this is fun, I think. So I'm back, I was just AFK. See what happens now. Ah, come on! Look, so the positioning is perfect, alright? The only problem is that it lags. It is just lagging, like, for no reason, you know? That's not good. That is not good. Wait. I know why. Let's call this one I2. Maybe it is because of this thing. Position is not a valid member. Vector free. Uh... He's still doing this type of shit, come on. How can someone be so dumb? Come on. Let's just replace this with 100. Let's actually, instead of referring to Magu Fist, let's refer to Magu Fist Attack. Get rid of this. It is still lagging. It is still lagging. Incredible. Really incredible. Nice. I'm gonna be back once I've found out what this issue is about. When I've found a solution. Alright, so let me explain you what I've done. So I've just fixed this thing. So, first of all, what I've changed is, or in order to fix this, all you have to do is that you just take this vector right here, which I've added between middle, this comma right here. You just take it, put it behind here, okay? And also, as you can see, I've also changed the vector. So you might ask, what is this vector responsible for? Or why do we even use it? So this vector right here, so we have this middle point right here, okay? Which is the middle, which is a center in between the start and the goal point, alright? So it is a center of both. And this vector, this additional vector, just moves the point above, right? So this fist attack has to go through the start, then to the middle, which is somewhere up here, and then to the goal, which is down here, okay? And this is basically it, alright? As you can see, this now goes up and falls down, as I wanted it to. And this is it, okay? So what have I done? I have randomized the amount of loops which we have in total, which is in between 20 and 30. Down here, I have added this 0.1 to it, so I think that the loop now always adds. So we start at 1, then our goal is to reach 100 loops, and it does not go 1, 2, 3. It will go 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. I think when we put this 0.1 behind of here, right? So overall, this whole thing just becomes smoother. Can edit this number right here. So the lower the number is, the faster this whole process is going to be. Can increase this to make the whole process slower. It is up to you. And I've wrapped everything inside of a spawn function. Otherwise, it is going to wait till one attack right here, or till one part reaches the ground until the next part is being fired. All right. And in order to prevent that, I've wrapped this inside of a spawn function. So we can get rid of this part right here. The only thing which we want to do now is that we want to deal damage to everyone who is nearby, right there. So we're going to loop through the workspace. There's workspace. Get descendants too. So get descendants basically gets everything inside of the workspace. So not only this, but also everything what is inside of there, and everything what is inside of here, and so on. All right. Now, if V is a model, and V find first child humanoid, and V, the name does not equal our player's name, then we want to continue. We want to compare distances between our... Oh, where is it? Ah, it is only inside of here. Okay, I get it. Ah, that's difficult now. Ah, it is not, isn't it? Is not. Wait. Look, we just take our humanoid root parts, C-frame, alright. Then multiplied with this C-frame. And then just do that position, and then minus the position of our potential enemy's humanoid root part. And if that position equals is not greater or equals, say, 50, so the range is going to be very big, then we wanna deal damage right here. And there we go. Okay. Let's play this. Let's see how this is going to work out right here. Let me use this to move forward to get to those guys right here to hurt them. So them to compare. Nah, I forgot to add magnitude. That magnitude. Just forgot to add that. Magnitude. Yeah, as you can see, it totally works. All right. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So what we want to do as well is that we want to get rid of this Magu Fist attack. So game debris, add item X, and let's select a random number in between 10 and 20. Right here. Nah, maybe this is too much. Let's select something between 5 and 15. Okay, so after 5 and 15, so around or random number in between those two. So after that amount of seconds, this Mago Fist attack right here is being destroyed. Alright guys, so I'm sorry this tutorial or today's tutorial might be a little bit more confusing to you. But this is because I'm still new to using Bezier curves myself, alright? So I'm not a pro at it at all. I'm still a little bit, or sometimes a little bit confused of it, but I'm learning myself, alright? So if you still have any questions, so if still any questions remain after this video, then make sure to comment them, alright? So that I can try to answer them. So do they disappear? Yeah, they do. But they disappear slowly. Alright, so thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video to all of your friends, leave feedback in the comment section, guys. Take care and see you in the next video.